With us now, Georgia Congressman Andrew Clyde. He's been listening into the report, and of course, he knows the very latest after he voted against it just last night. Sir, welcome. Thanks for coming on National Report. Could you walk us through your thought process when it came to what was proposed by President Biden and House Speaker Kevin McCarthy?
Well, when I saw on this particular bill that there was an unlimited debt ceiling increase, it's a date, there's no actual amount. So basically, it's spending to infinity and beyond. That right there told me that this is starting out to be a really bad bill. And then when you have the rescission of $1.4 billion for the IRS, when the IRS got $79 billion rescinding, and they got it immediately, it's an advanced appropriation. So taking $1.4 billion from the IRS basically does nothing whatsoever. When I saw those two, and then when you saw the portion of it called PAYGO that is supposed to mean the Biden administration, if they want to add something in one area, they have to take away from another area. Pay as you go is what it stands for. But yet that provision is waivable, completely waivable by the OMB director. And she comes out and says, well, if it's waivable, we're going to waive it. We're going to use it. That means there's no teeth whatsoever in PAYGO. It means you have complete unfettered spending from now until January the 1st. It's going to balloon our debt tremendously. Estimates are a minimum of $4 trillion. I think it's going to be a lot higher than that. This is a bad deal for all Americans.
Well, Speaker McCarthy touched on what you were just speaking about in terms of the IRS agents, the money for that. Here's that moment, and we'll get your response.
All the COVID money, the billions of dollars sitting out there that they said they would never bring back. You know what? To the taxpayer, to you hard-working Americans, we stood for you. For those who are afraid that they're going to get audited because the president wants to have 87,000 new IRS agents, right now he has 0.
Do you have a response to the Speaker?
Yeah, right now he has 0 because they just haven't hired them yet. It's not that they can't. What we did nothing to them. That advance appropriation is good until 2031. They could spend all $78 billion right now if they wanted to, and they could hire 85,000 IRS agents right now. They just haven't got to it yet. So yeah, none have been hired yet, but they will be.
Final question for you, sir. What does this mean in regards to McCarthy's role as Speaker? Are there voices within the House Freedom Caucus, perhaps, that have lost confidence as in his role?
Well, I think many of us have lost confidence. What we agreed to in January, that agreement has been breached. This bill came to the floor under a closed rule, which means no amendments, no ability for members to have input into this bill. That's not the way Congress is supposed to operate. That disenfranchised, it silenced the voices of our colleagues, of elected representatives, and the people who elected them. And this is bad. So there's going to have to be some consequences to it. We're working through that right now. Don't know what that's going to be. What you've seen is Democrats cross the aisle and support a rule that we tried to take down when I voted against the rule because it was a bad rule for a bad bill. So we're just going to have to see what happens in the future. But definitely the Republican unity has taken a hit.
All right, but the House has passed it, the Fiscal Responsibility Act. It now heads to the Senate in the hands of the Majority Leader and others, and we'll see the outcome of that. We appreciate the time of Georgia Congressman Andrew Clyde. Congressman, thank you.
Thank you.